reports are coming in from the territorial boundaries of Cameroon. We open the news with a very sad case in Yaoundé, the political capital of Cameroon, where 2 people have lost their lives from an accident that occurred yesterday. Marie Vandongo.
Ça s'est passé du côté de Yaoundé hier, mercredi, Nadine, précisément au carrefour Mecque, c'est dans le 6e arrondissement de la ville. Un conteneur s'est renversé sur une voiture de transport en commun avec à son bord 4 personnes, selon un bilan qui attend d'être officialisé. 2 passagers, notamment des femmes, ont perdu la vie dans cet accident. Les images relayées sur les réseaux sociaux montrent le taxi broyé sous le poids du conteneur. Grâce à l'utilisation d'un engin spécialisé, les sapeurs-pompiers ont tout de même pu déplacer le conteneur et récupérer les corps des victimes qui étaient piégées à l'intérieur du véhicule. Cet accident tragique survient seulement 3 mois après un drame similaire au quartier Mimboman. C'était le 17 octobre 2024 où un autre conteneur tombé d'un camion avait causé la mort de 3 personnes et blessé gravement 9 autres selon le bilan officiel. Et à la suite justement de cet accident-là, le gouverneur de la région du centre, Nazeri Paul Béa, avait signé un arrêté interdisant jusqu'à nouvel ordre la circulation des gros porteurs, notamment sur le tronçon Mimboman dont Bosco Ngusso. Affaire à suivre sur Dash Télévision. Et nous parlons également dans la suite du journal, nous revenons sur l'affaire Maître Richard Tamfou avec sa convocation devant le juge d'instruction du tribunal militaire de Douala. C'était le 28 janvier dernier. Des voix s'élèvent dans l'opinion publique pour dénoncer ce qu'elle considère comme une violation de la loi et des conventions internationales ratifiées par le Cameroun. Pourquoi est-ce que le tribunal militaire devrait se déclarer incompétent dans cette affaire? Tentative de réponse avec Serge Ouetra ici.
C'est une actualité qui fait polémique depuis que l'avocat au barreau du Cameroun, Maître Richard Tamfou, est convoqué pour audition devant le juge d'instruction du tribunal militaire de Douala. Cité en qualité de suspect dans l'affaire l'opposant à des fonctionnaires de gendarmerie nationale, les observateurs y voient une violation des règles de procédure, mais surtout des conventions internationales.
Il est convoqué en tant qu'inculpé parce que dans les différents motifs, vous avez vu violence à fonctionnaire. Cela signifie que dans la procédure qu'on connaît, il y avait eu, en dehors de sa plainte, également la plainte de ces gendarmes qui sont poursuivis pour violation de règles, violation de consignes. Donc, c'est une procédure connexe. Lui, il peut les poursuivre devant le tribunal militaire. Mais eux, ils ne peuvent pas le poursuivre devant ces mêmes tribunaux.
En l'état actuel, la logique voudrait, selon le juriste, que l'affaire soit renvoyée devant les juridictions civiles, conformément aux engagements internationaux du Cameroun.
En principe, il devrait être renvoyé devant une juridiction civile si le tribunal militaire respecte la convention signée par le Cameroun et même le code de justice militaire camerounais. Il ne devrait pas être jugé. Donc, c'est par abus que chaque fois on trouve des civils devant le tribunal militaire, même s'ils ont tué, sauf s'ils, dans un crime commis, ils étaient en compagnie d'un homme en tenue et armé. Voilà la seule condition.
On est désormais en présence d'un véritable conflit de lois et de textes applicables en la matière, dont il reviendra seul le juge en sa qualité d'interprète authentique de la loi de trancher.
Now let's talk something else. About 10 days after President Donald Trump has assumed office as President of the United States of America, one of his early decisions has been deporting illegal migrants in his country. And due to that, over 1,736 Cameroonians living in the United States of America have been reported to be affected by this deportation decision. However, it will interest you to know that these Cameroonians living in the United States of America say there is not much to be worried about. And meanwhile, there are shocks, the shockwaves back in Cameroon. They have a different view. They spoke to Duro Batinga, our reporter, who compiled their views in the following report.
Unshaken are some Cameroonians in the United States of America after the publication of the 1,736 immigrants set for deportation. Nationals say there isn't much to worry despite the news sending shockwaves for relatives at home.
So, Cameroonians should not be scared. This is not going to significantly affect us. If anything, it is going to affect a lot of immigrants from Central and South America, as we already see. Most Cameroonians in America have some sort of legal status, and your legal status does not permit you to be deported.
That said, on what basis can a Cameroonian be deported in line with the immigration law?
Deportation only becomes possible if, for some reason, a crime has been involved and an immigration law judge has adjudicated that you should be deported. You just cannot be arrested and deported for no good reason.
The immigration law is not a novelty. It has always existed and is aimed at freeing the United States from foreigners with bad intentions. While Cameroonians in the United States are divided on the law, it has had huge impact on their activities.
It does put a hindrance on their plans. It does cost them more money now. There are Cameroonians I know who have family members that are now stuck in ICE detention centers until Lord knows what. And, you know, some of them have already faced deportation and have already been, you know, sent back. So it definitely disrupts their plans for how they wanted their future to be.
The deportation, a bitter pill for some Cameroonians, is even worse for other countries with many listed for deportation. While the deportations won't stop the American lottery, the days ahead will be decisive for many Cameroonian immigrants in the United States.
Pendant ce temps, pour la prochaine élection présidentielle au Cameroun, les chefs traditionnels soutiennent la candidature de Paul Biya. Le Conseil des chefs traditionnels, un organe regroupant près d'1 millier de chefs issus des différentes régions du Cameroun, a fait part de son soutien à la candidature du président Paul Biya à la prochaine élection présidentielle prévue cette année. Une posture des gardiens de la tradition qui suscite des réactions des acteurs de la scène sociopolitique, approchés par notre reporter Jean-Marie Onambélé.
À l'issue de l'un dernier congrès tenu lundi dernier à Yaoundé, les chefs traditionnels ont affirmé leur soutien à la candidature de Paul Biya. Pour ces derniers, Paul Biya est un homme d'expérience et fin connaisseur du Cameroun.
Les chefs ont démontré leur attachement à leur pays. D'abord, les chefs ont dit pourquoi est-ce qu'ils souhaitent que le président Biya continue son action. Et nous pensons que toute personne réfléchie ne peut pas aller à l'encontre de ces trois conditions. Les chefs restent aussi des humains. Et nous pensons qu'un chef qui va contre sa population n'est pas un bon chef.
Pour certains observateurs avertis, cet appel à la candidature des chefs est inopportun.
La chefferie traditionnelle dans notre pays représente notre richesse. Et c'est une honte que, pour des raisons de politique politicienne, qu'on puisse l'instrumentaliser pour le cas de ce genre. Et les infantiliser comme c'était des bambins. Pour quelques je sais pas, je ne peux pas appeler pour les broutilles, on leur fait signer toute une déclaration. D'ailleurs, qu'il faut préciser que c'est 13 individus sur 942 chefferies que compte le Cameroun, première et deuxième catégorie.
Une initiative des chefs traditionnels qui risque d'avoir un impact sur la population de la vie de certains.
Les chefs ont parlé à leur nom, ils n'ont pas parlé au nom des populations qu'ils sont censés encadrer. Nous pensons que cette réaction des chefs déshonore les chefs en eux-mêmes. Nous pensons en toute objectivité qu'il était question que les chefs aillent parler, plaider pour leur cause, plaider pour la cause des populations qui vivent le martyre au quotidien.
Il y a une panique générale parce qu'ils se disent que les gardiens de la tradition s'étant prononcés, mais seulement ils n'ont pas compris. Les gardiens de la tradition, ils ont plutôt demandé à Paul Biya de continuer son action parce qu'il y a la stabilité, il y a autre chose.
Le Conseil des chefs traditionnels réuni à Yaoundé est un organe regroupant près d'1 millier de chefs traditionnels issus des différentes régions du Cameroun.
And now the CEMAC Commission has solicited the partnership of the French Development Agency to map out legal framework for the public-private partnership. The initiative is aimed at mobilizing funding and ensuring the maturity of projects. Peter Nsose reports.
Since 2021, the Central African Economic and Monetary Community, CEMAC, and the French Development Agency have been setting up an initiative for the promotion of public-private partnerships in countries of the Franc CFA zone including the economies of Central Africa, an initiative which is geared towards establishing a common legal framework for public-private partnerships through laid-down text.
L'Agence française de développement a donc accepté cette sollicitation.
The French Development Agency has accepted this request from the CEMAC Commission and has permitted that the work be done in each CEMAC country to enable an elaboration of a public regional strategy and a directive for public-private partnership. It was important to have a legal instrument which permits us to put in place projects within the public-private partnership on the basis of ambitions of the CEMAC Commission.
Mettre en œuvre des projets en partenariat public-privé sur la base des ambitions affichées par la Commission de la CEMAC.
The move is also aimed at promoting structural reforms likely to lead to the emergence and implementation of envisioned projects.
Aujourd'hui, vous avez une directive.
Today, we have a directive which harmonizes public-private partnership contracts, that is, favoring the development of infrastructure projects and services in the sub-region, notably regional projects, and how to guide their implementation. To achieve this goal, experts say it will ultimately involve analyzing the provisions of the current community text, especially those relating to public finances. This would then lead to a defined, harmonized methodology for recording and budgeting direct commitments which are consistent with current community provisions.
Peter and Sose reporting there. Thank you very much. In more news, the 50-kilogram rice that is sold at a promotion price of 15,000 francs, which has been ongoing for almost a month now in the city of Douala, has provoked a lot of debates regarding its quality. Some consumer defense organizations are questioning the quality of this imported rice, which they fear might have consequences on the health of the population. Authorities at the Ministry of Trade, on their part, have reassured the reliability of the rice, which they say has gone through proper health checks. Nelly Lapa for that story.
The atmosphere is busy here in the Littoral Regional Headquarters of the Delegation of Trade in the economic capital Douala, one of the many sales points of the 15,050 kg imported rice, subsidized by the government. The huge crowds and enthusiasm observed around the operation contrast with the stance of some Cameroonian consumer unions who have openly expressed reservations about the quality of this rice, which, according to them, is unfit for consumption. When we did our research, we found out that the rice is 100% broken. Let us recall that the World Health Organization has classified different types of rice. We have the category of luxury rice, which allows for the presence of less than 5% of broken rice. We have the semi-luxury category, which allows for 5 to 15% of broken rice, and the category of high consumption rice, which the level of broken grains allowed is between 15 and 20%. But here, we have before us a rice that is 100% broken, which does not fall in line with the classification of the World Health Organization. Credible sources we got at the Delegation of Trade reassures consumers about the quality of the rice, which they say went through necessary checks before confirmation. As concerns the price, we were told it is a result of an agreement between the importers and the government, who covered the additional charges. Justifications which do not satisfy the Consumer Association, which has advised Cameroonians to consume locally made products whose quality cannot be questioned. We advise Cameroonians to do all it takes to substitute this type of rice with local products, such as cassava and potatoes, which have high nutritional values, than this rice, which is 100% broken.
You're watching Cameroon Today on Dash Television. More and more people are falling victims of online scam. This fraudulent scheme, where someone uses the internet to trick their victims into giving away money Personal information of valuable data continues, especially on social media, despite cybersecurity measures and laws enforced. For an in-depth understanding, our reporter Linda Obumneke got in contact with a victim who shared his experience. Amongst other things, get to know how to detect and counter a cybercrime in the following investigative report with Linda Obumneke.
Scamming is an age-old negative practice which is today gaining more grounds with the advancement in technology. Little did William Hagbe know that he would one day become a victim of a social media scam. Our team met with the young man at the end of his class as he recounts his experience.
I contacted these people because I saw a money doubling poster on a friend's profile. I knew this friend very well. We used to chat on Facebook. I got in contact with her, asked her if it was real, which she confirmed, saying she herself did it and got her money. She even showed me the pictures of the money she received, and she told me to contact the numbers on the poster. I contacted the number, who directed me to WhatsApp. In our WhatsApp conversation, the person made me to understand that it was 10,000 for 100,000 and 20,000 for 200,000 and so on.
The scheme looked so real that the student had to get back in contact with the so-called money doubler 1 month later, this time with his school fee.
I sent him the first 10,000 for 100,000. He told me I would receive a deposit in 30 minutes. While waiting, he took my personal information, names, surnames, everything. He told me a code will arrive. I should communicate it. It is part of the procedure. Without knowing it was a Facebook code, I sent it directly as it came. I didn't check my account, and that was how he hacked my Facebook account.
After waiting, William did not receive the deposit promised an hour ago. This raised his suspicion, but was still blinded by his quest.
He made me understand that the multiplication took place, but instead of 10,000 for 100,000, it instead gave 600,000. But to withdraw it, 20,000 was needed. I struggled and sent the money, waiting again 30 minutes. Contacted him again, and he made me understand that there is a problem again. 10,000 is needed again to complete the previous 20,000 francs. I refused and said it was not possible. That was not what we said. And that was when I realized it was a scam. When I told him he just scammed me, can you at least send me half of the money since you succeeded? He said it's not possible. Sorry, you just been scammed.
All attempts to beg failed as the scammer blocked him. Just like William, many other young people are falling victims of this fraudulent scheme. To understand how they proceed, our team met Adamu Tendap, an IT expert who explains their modus operandi.
They create fake accounts with fake profiles. From there, they propose their services. It could be on cryptocurrency, traveling agency. It depends on how they take you. And you will be the one to write them soliciting their service. Then you get carried away just because you see a profile, and without vigilance, you won't know if it is fake or real. Other more dangerous profiles are those created with pictures of white people. They send you an invitation, you accept, and they write you directly. They get you to trust them by becoming your friend. They go to the extent of even producing a fake passport and send to you on WhatsApp. They are able to produce confidential documents, and as time goes on, they start collecting money from you.
Cognizant of these future crimes, social media platforms try their best to create security portals, but these online bandits have their way of countering the system.
Now Facebook has adopted a system. TikTok too, when they realize the account is fake, they block them. Actually, all these people practicing these types of activities are going through crisis because they are unable to have accounts. Because TikTok, Facebook, Instagram are very vigilant. If you notice, when creating a TikTok account, you are asked some verification questions. Only that given that these platforms verify at their level, they try as much as possible to take your phone number and bring you on WhatsApp.
At a legislative level, we need to understand that we need to also recruit as many police, as many army, and as many military people and put in the IT space as well. Because very soon no one is going to be stepping out of their house. Everybody will sit in their house and do everything from their house. AI will do everything. Now, how do you know what's bad AI and what's good AI? You need to be a very, very educated IT technician. And you need to be an IT technician who understands security so that when users are on this security space, you are a virtual policeman walking around, monitoring social media, monitoring the different content which is being created and saying that, oh, this one is not Brad Pitt. This is a deep fake. A normal user will not see it.
To push further with this investigation, what does the Cameroonian law say on cyber crimes? Legal expert tells us.
The law provides for a strong repression. The sentence can range from 1 year to 2 years, with fine ranging to 5 million francs CFA, and this according to the type of crime committed virtually, according to Article 61 of the 2010 Law on Cybercrime.
According to the National Agency for Information and Communication Technologies, internet fraud, especially scamming, has been rated as one of the most dangerous and common cybercrime affecting the cyberspace in Cameroon. It represented about 80% of cybercrime cases in the country in 2021, with financial losses estimated at 7 billion francs CFA in 2010.
Et nous ouvrons la page de sport. Coton Sport de Garoua file du bon coton à domicile. En match avancé de la 10e journée du championnat MTN Elite One, le club du Nord corrige le champion en titre Victoria United de Limbé. 3-0. La belle série se poursuit pour les cotonniers après les succès contre Union de Douala et Bamboutos de Mbouda. Les détails avec Jerez Gueptuan.
Retour en grâce pour Coton Sport de Garoua qui enchaîne une 3e victoire consécutive. Le club du Nord corrige le champion en titre Victoria United 3-0 à la grande satisfaction de l'entraîneur principal, Minkro Biroué.
On peut le dire, parce qu'on est quand même sur une bonne dynamique, donc voilà, ça n'a pas été facile pour qu'on y arrive. Maintenant, il sera encore plus difficile de s'y maintenir, donc voilà, pour le moment, on peut savourer cette victoire ou ces 2 sorties à domicile, voilà. Très bien, donc on a vu une équipe véritablement soudée, des gars solidaires qui ont eu envie de jouer, voilà, le restant ne peut que suivre.
John Bosco Tindo, l'homme providentiel de Coton Sport en ce début de saison, inscrit son 4e but sous ses nouvelles couleurs. Une progression qui cache des ambitions.
Le match du Canon, on a bien commencé, on a fait nul contre Canon, on a gagné contre Union, on a gagné contre Bamboutous et on a gagné maintenant contre Victoria United. C'est un plus pour nous parce qu'on va sortir le champion, donc on va gagner tous nos matchs. Oui, j'ai marqué 4 buts et mon objectif cette saison c'est pour sortir le meilleur buteur et pour aider mon club aussi.
Dans le camp de Victoria United, c'est la grosse désillusion pour cette 2e défaite consécutive après le revers face à la Gazelle. Un déplacement périlleux à Garoua, sanctionné par 0,66.
Je l'ai toujours dit même début de saison, même quand on a perdu le match de la Super Coupe, on a une équipe de très jeunes joueurs qui ne sont pas capables de se transcender dans certaines situations. Pour certains, c'est le premier genre de voyage, la première fois. Et pour d'autres, c'est ce genre de match, c'est leur niveau, c'est un peu match de ce genre de niveau. On peut comprendre qu'on mette un plan de jeu qui peut tenir pendant 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes. Et d'une erreur de notre gardien de but, le match bascule, ça devient notre match.
Bourreau de Victoria United, Coton Sport de Garoua remonte au classement et envoie un signal fort à tous ses potentiels challengers. Le club du Nord referme le podium en attendant la suite de cette 10e journée.
Et dans le prolongement de la page sport, Krusty Sanders Mbangue nous a rejoint. Krusty,
oui.
Bienvenue.
Merci Marie-Yvonne.
Ça va?
Ça va super bien.